everybody, it's BennyOne, and I'm back at you with another ranking video, and I'm gonna rank the X-Men franchise, everybody. I recently, well over a month ago, reviewed all the X-Men movies, including the Deadpool movies, because I'm gonna throw them in here because they take place in the X-Men universe. Even though they do kind of seem somewhat like separate movies, they're gonna be in here. So, remember guys, this is just my opinion. I want you guys to share your opinions down in the comments. I want you to share your rankings with me so we can talk about it, chat about it. That's what's fun about doing these, because everybody's ranking is different. So, let's dive into this, everybody. There's 13 movies, and our number 13 is going to be X-Men Origins Wolverine, everybody. I mean, what do you need to say about the movie? It took some source material and poo-poo caca'd all over it. Murdered some characters like Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. There just really isn't a whole lot to say about it. This movie was not executed well at all. They just destroyed continuity and everything that was already established in 3 other X-Men movies. It's a hot mess. So that was number 13. Number 12 is going to be X-Men 3, The Last Stand, everybody. And this movie also made some very bad, poor decisions with characters, killing off main characters, shoving characters like Cyclops to the side, like they don't even matter, and just killing him. And the way they killed Xavier, and then there's a whole lot going on in the movie. They take the Dark Phoenix saga storyline and they shove it in with a movie with a bunch of other plots. It's just, you need a movie alone to do the Dark Phoenix thing. So this movie is a mess because there's just way too much going on, and they just did not know what to do with the characters, in my opinion, like, because they were like, let's just do some crazy shit with this movie. So yeah, that was my number 12. My number 11 is going to be X-Men Dark Phoenix, one of the recent new X-Men movies, and I put this one up above X-Men 3 because they actually had an entire movie that was just about the Phoenix Saga. Is it a great movie? No, it's not. It's not a great movie. But in my opinion, I feel like they did a little bit more justice to the Dark Phoenix storyline, and they showed Jean really struggling with it throughout the movie, and I just think they did a better job telling the Dark Phoenix storyline in this movie compared to X-Men 3. The other things that were in the movie, yeah, I mean, the score is great, but they made some very bad decisions with Mystique, a lot of characters. The story was not, it wasn't the most entertaining X-Men movie. I always thought the budget seemed a lot less than the other X-Men movies that came out before this one. So, but yeah, that's why it edged out X-Men 3, is because I do think they spent a little more time telling that Dark Phoenix story. So, number 10 is going to be New Mutants, everybody. That's right, the last movie that this whole franchise ended with, which sucks. Because, not that the movie was god-awful, I watched it last August when it came out in movie theaters. Finally, this movie went through development hell with not being released, reshoots, all sorts of stuff. So it affected the finished product. When you have a movie go through development hell like this one did, it affects the movie. There's lots of evidence of comic book movies that this happens to. I enjoy New Mutants. I've only seen it twice. When I rewatched all these recently, I didn't do a review for it because I just had done one like 6 months ago. So it's not one of my favorite X-Men movies. I like the hospital setting and location, and I love our new characters that we get to see. And they do actually kind of connect this movie to some events that happened in Logan, which I thought was really cool. But overall, it was just an okay movie for me. So that's why I had to put it at number 10. It's just not a movie, I guess, that I want to rewatch a lot. And if you guys know, my ranking videos, rewatchability plays in a lot to how I rank my movies. Because if I rewatch a movie a lot, it usually means I like it. And I like watching it, obviously. So that was number 10. Number 9 is going to be X-Men Apocalypse. That's right. This wasted potential. That's what this movie is to me. Wasted potential. They have one of the biggest, baddest villains in the X-Men franchise, and they just nosedived it with this. It did not turn out. Oscar Isaac, it's nothing against the guy, but he did not look like Apocalypse. I don't know what Bryan Singer was thinking, because Bryan Singer is amazing. This is his franchise. He's the one that got this franchise rolling and kept it going. He came back and reignited the fire. I just don't know what they were thinking. And the story and the flow of the story is just, it's really choppy, and like, it literally feels like it's just Apocalypse going, I got to get this person, I got to get this person, I got to get this person. Okay, let's destroy the world. It's just poor. It was cool to see the younger versions of like Storm, Jean, and Cyclops, and Nightcrawler, and all that stuff. And we finally get Bald Xavier. That was cool. So, but yeah, missed opportunity with Apocalypse. Missed opportunity. He's like the Thanos and Darkseid of the X-Men universe. Like, that's who he is. He's that big major villain, and the movie did not do that justice at all. So that was number 9. Number 8 is going to be Deadpool 2, everybody. And Deadpool 2 is down lower because I just think that they tried to... We obviously got what we liked in the first one. There was just so much more in this one. And I just, for some reason, and I don't know what it is about Deadpool 2, I don't hate it at all. Like, I enjoy it. It's fun to watch. It's fun seeing Ryan Reynolds play the Merc with the mouth. It really is. I just don't know what it is about this movie. I feel like they didn't really do anything new. We got what we got from the first one still. I liked Cable. It was pretty cool. But I just feel like there was so much going on in this one, in this sequel, that it lost a little focus to like what the first one was. So, but it, like I said, it's not... This is a hard one for me. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on Deadpool 2 and why I don't enjoy it as much as the other movies above it. Because I would say from this point on, from Deadpool 2 up, not down, up, I honestly think all these movies are good to great. 9 down, those are the bad eggs in the franchise. So that was number 8, was Deadpool 2. Number 7, the original X-Men movie, the one that started it all, everybody. That's right. The one that started this entire franchise off. Awesome world building. Introduced us to this mutant world, these iconic characters. Everybody was well cast. Awesome. Just awesome. I mean, what can you say? It started the franchise off. It was one of the first big comic book movies that started this era that we are still lush and just so full of. Comic book movies, TV shows, everything. This and Blade like really kicked it into high gear. So you got to give it up to the first X-Men movie, because it is really responsible for what we are watching and loving today. Like, it had a big impact on movie studios being like, holy shit, maybe there is money in this comic book movie business. So X-Men, the original X-Men, is at number 7. Number 6 is going to be The Wolverine, everybody. If the third act in this movie did not fall short, this movie could have been higher on my list, because I enjoy this movie. I watch it a lot. I really enjoy it. The third act stumbles, though. You get your big silver samurai. Almost said silver surfer. Fantastic Four, you're done! But yeah, you get the big silver samurai robotic suit thing. Like, the silver samurai is not supposed to be a big robot, for Christ's sakes. This isn't Transformers meets Logan, for God's sakes. But yeah, I enjoy this movie. I love the whole storyline in Japan. Awesome action. We get to see Logan hurt and get injured and not heal because he's got a poison inside of him. He's down in the pits because of what happened to him with Jean and the X-Men 3. It's a good movie, but the third act makes it fall. So number 5 is going to be the Deadpool. Deadpool, everybody. That's right. Finally, after that monstrosity version of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool we got in X-Men Origins Wolverine, we got it done right in this one, everybody. He got the costume, the attitude, everything in this movie was nasty rated R like it should be. Awesome. This is such a fabulous movie. Like, such a fabulous movie. If Deadpool had its own ranking on its own, if he had enough movies to do a ranking, which hopefully he will one day, this would be number 1, easily, in a Deadpool movie ranking. But this is an X-Men ranking, so I can't put Deadpool on top of an X-Men franchise ranking. I'm sorry. It's an awesome movie. Very rewatchable. Awesome action. Does Colossus justice. We actually get the proper Colossus in this movie. Love me the Deadpool movie. Trust me. And then number 4 is going to be X2, X-Men United, everybody. What a great sequel to the original X-Men movie. We get to see the villains and the good guys work together in this movie. We get new mutants introduced, like, excuse me, freaking Nightcrawler. That opening sequence with Nightcrawler in the White House, epic shit. And the special effects in this movie are top notch. They're still probably some of the best special effects in the franchise. And that movie came out years ago, like years ago. Awesome follow-up sequel to the original X-Men movie. So that was my number 4, everybody. My number 3 is going to be X-Men First Class. That's right, everybody. I love X-Men First Class because, in my opinion, it relit the fire for this franchise because it was in poo-poo land after X-Men Origins Wolverine and X-Men 3 The Last Stand. X-Men First Class, relit it. Remember going to the midnight premiere? Awesome. McAvoy and Fassbender, awesome. Casting choices for a younger Xavier and Magneto. Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. We get to see these people meet for the first time, work together, establish the X-Men. You get a superhero movie mixed with a spy thriller, James Bond type movie feel. Just awesome. Matthew Vaughn did a fabulous job with this movie. Fabulous job. So that was my number 3. My number 2 movie is going to be X-Men Days of Future Past, everybody. That's right. This used to be my number 1, but after this recent rewatch, I bumped it down to number 2. I love this movie. I love this movie. This is like the big, like, epic storyline of this franchise because it takes the original cast and then the young cast and we get them together in one movie. We get to see them interact with each other at certain points, like the Wolverine going back to interact with the younger Magneto, the younger Xavier, and Beast. This movie is so good. This is Bryan Singer's best outing in this franchise, without a doubt. I love the 70s aesthetic that we get to go to in the past. I love the future stuff. We get to see all sorts of returning cast members come back for this movie. Epic is an amazing word for this movie. So that was my number 2. And my number 1, you guys, come on. Logan. It's Logan. Logan is easily the best filmed, produced, directed, and acted film in this franchise. Easily. As a film, when you look at it as a film as a whole, easily the best movie in the franchise. Easily. I love Logan. And I decided to put it at number 1 after this time because I feel like the last time I watched it, I kind of viewed movies a little differently. Because now that I've been learning how, noticing things about movies ever since I started doing this YouTube thing over like 2 years ago. So yeah, it's phenomenal. Patrick Stewart and freaking Hugh Jackman, they are A-game, like galore in this movie. They are amazing on screen together. The sequences in this movie, this is a small scale movie compared to most of these, but damn it. Like the scene in Vegas where Xavier loses control of his powers and shit because him and X-23 are being threatened. That scene is so, gets you on the edge of your seat. I love that shit. And then X-23, the little girl, amazing. Wolverine's daughter. It's just, Logan's amazing. What else can you say about it? So that was my ranking, everybody, for the X-Men franchise of films. Like I said, guys, let me know down in the comments what your guys' rankings of these movies are. I want to chat with you about them, and I'd love to see them. I love seeing that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this ranking. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll be catching you on the tube later because I have spoken.